Back in the mid-1990s, I attended a strict Christian school in the UK, the kind where swearing wasn't just frowned upon, it was practically a mortal sin. You could get detention for saying bloody, and flipping someone off, that was nuclear-level rebellion. And in that environment, there was Ricky. Every class has a Ricky, the kid who wasn't particularly bright, but made up for it by being loud, dramatic, and constantly desperate for validation. He wasn't a villain. He wasn't dangerous. He was annoying, infuriating, and always seeking the spotlight like the sun revolved around him. On this particular afternoon, we were in English class. The air smelled like old textbooks, pencil shavings, and boredom. Everyone was half asleep. Except Ricky. 2. The antagonist's behavior. Kick, kick, kick. I felt a thud behind me. Then another. A rhythmic, childish tapping against the back legs of my chair. Kick, pause. Kick, kick. Long pause. Harder kick. It wasn't constant. That's what made it worse. It was unpredictable. A psychological torture technique invented by a bored 14-year-old with the maturity level of a potato. I tried to ignore it at first. Clenched fists, stiff shoulders, internal monologue screaming, "Just let it go. Don't give him attention. That's what he wants." But near the end of the lesson, one particularly sharp kick jolted me forward, and something in me cracked. 3. The snap and the finger. I turned around so fast my chair screeched across the floor. Ricky froze, and I, in a burst of sizzle-dripping teenage rage, gave him the middle finger. Not the casual, lazy kind, not the joking kind, no, the full, furious, laser-guided screw you. His eyes widened. Then his mouth opened wide enough to swallow a chalkboard eraser. "Sir, sir, he swore at me!" The whole classroom fell silent. You could hear the fluorescent lights buzzing overhead. And my stomach dropped. Because remember, Christian school, mid-90s, giving someone the finger wasn't just rude, it was a disciplinary event. 4. The teacher arrives, and the interrogation begins. Our teacher, Mr. Holland, slowly approached, the kind of teacher whose patience level was hanging by a thread at all times. He looked at Ricky, red-faced, panting, pointing at me like he'd witnessed a felony. Then he looked at me. "Did you swear at him?" he asked. My heart was pounding so hard I could feel it in my throat. "No, sir," I said calmly. Inside, panic, sweaty palms, cold neck. But my face? Angelically blank. Butter wouldn't melt in my mouth. "Come with me," he said. 5. The hallway and the perfect opportunity. He led me out into the hallway, that quiet, echoing space where confessions happened and punishments were handed out. He folded his arms. "Let me ask you again. Did you swear at Ricky?" "No, sir," I repeated, eyes wide and innocent. He sighed. He wasn't convinced. Then he asked the question that opened the door for the most brilliant piece of petty problem-solving teenage me ever performed. "All right, but if you were going to give someone the finger, how would you do it?" Inside, my mind lit up like a fireworks factory explosion. Because in the UK back then, there were 2 different gestures. The middle finger, the one I actually used, and the 2-finger V sign, index and middle finger together, which also meant screw you, but was considered a different gesture entirely. I pretended to think, tilted my head, chewed on my lip like this was the hardest ethical question mankind had ever faced. "Well, I don't really know, I said softly. But if I had to, I suppose... And then, reluctantly, I demonstrated the two-finger V sign. Not the one I used, not the one Ricky saw, but now it was on record. The teacher nodded slowly. "All right," he said. "Go back inside." I walked in trying not to smirk. My cheeks hurt from the effort of holding it back. 6. Ricky's interrogation and the moment everything crumbled. Ricky was immediately summoned outside. From my seat, I couldn't hear the conversation, but I imagined it. "Mr. Holland, Ricky, how exactly did he swear at you?" Ricky, "Like this." Mr. Holland, "That's not what he demonstrated." Ricky, "Huh?" Mr. Holland, "He showed me this." Two-finger V sign. Ricky, "No, he didn't. He... Busted. Caught in a lie. Outsmarted by the kid he tried to get into trouble. After a few minutes, the door opened, and Ricky walked back in looking like he'd been chewing lemons dipped in regret. His eyes were burning holes in the floor. Mr. Holland cleared his throat. "Ricky has something to say." Ricky swallowed hard. I'd like to apologize." "To who?" the teacher pressed. To him," he said, pointing at me. "And to the class. You could practically taste the humiliation radiating off him." I sat there fighting the world's strongest, most powerful smirk. My cheeks hurt from the effort of holding it back. Every kid in the room stared at him. This was Ricky, the class clown, being forced to admit he caused a disruption because he lied. My heart? Cold, victorious,